Merry Christmas, everyone. I had hoped to not have to talk to you at all. And actually, if you're not up for this right now, then please stop watching the video. But for those of you who just would like to have an update about where we are, I wanted to be able to provide that for you. So as you know, the House and the Senate overwhelmingly voted for the coronavirus relief package of $900 billion. That was combined with a year-long omnibus funding bill for the government. So the coronavirus relief includes our PSP. It includes things like $80 billion for safe education during this time. It includes the plus up of the $300 unemployment checks over and above the state benefits. It includes the continued expanded unemployment benefit that 12 million people will fall off of on Saturday, unless that's extended. It has the eviction moratoriums and the rental assistance to make sure that people don't fall out of their homes. And there's 30 to 40 million people who count on that. So that's all about coronavirus, and it's about having money for testing and vaccine distribution and all of that. Separately, the omnibus funding bill has funding for all of the government's priorities. And I'm just going to answer some questions that I've seen out there. People have asked about what is this funding to foreign governments? Well, first of all, it's not funding to foreign governments. It's aid for foreign countries, and it is wildly bipartisan, and it's actually came from the president's proposal. So Secretary Mnuchin was in these discussions, Mark Meadows. In most cases, these line items are pretty much to the dollar of what was proposed by the administration. And so it is very normal. It is what goes on all the time. It's one of the reasons that we can actually fly anywhere in the world and have the freedom that we have. And it's less than 1% of our country's budget. But Americans benefit from this because this gives us the standing that we have in the world. It allows us to uphold our values. It also allows us to promote peace and have access. So as flight attendants, that's incredibly important, whether you fly international routes or not, because the flow of traffic and the access that our country has is what props up our airlines. And actually, even those airlines who are only domestic, having that access and bringing people to the United States in that same way supports our airlines and the entire transportation system. So it's all very important to us for our jobs. In terms of other items like the Smithsonian's, let's remember that all of these things are jobs. So people work in these buildings that we have to fund throughout the years. And this is really more about the programs that we count on throughout the years that the government runs. So our government will shut down on the 28th if this is not signed or if there's not action by Congress to extend that funding while we get through this. And what this is really doing is those $600 checks. There's been a lot of talk about $600 versus $2,000. Let's just recognize that the coronavirus relief bill that's in place right now is that 4-month emergency relief that's supposed to get us to a place where we can fight for more. So no one's against $2,000 to everybody, that's for sure. But what this is really doing right now while we're talking about this is delaying the $600 checks per person in a home. So for example, the 17 million children who are going hungry right now, their families could be getting checks. Say a normal family of 4 would be getting a $2,400 check. And the Treasury Secretary said that could get out, said last week that could get out as soon as next week. This is badly needed relief that is being held up. So I want you to know that there's only one person who needs to execute this deal so that it can become law, and that is the President of the United States. It's really important that he sign it because congressional legislation does die at the end of the congressional period. So a new bill would have to be voted on by a new Congress, which would delay this further. So it's really important. And there are people behind the scenes working to encourage the president to sign the bill. You will see that I am tweeting hashtag sign the bill. I don't want to alarm you at this point. I think that we need to be really clear about this, that we need to get relief out the door to everyone. As we have said all along, this is emergency relief. There will be a fight for more relief in the new year. No one is opposed to $2,000 checks to everybody, but except for the Republicans who have opposed voting for that on the House floor. But set that aside. This is right now what we need to focus on is that there is a bill that has been overwhelmingly adopted by Congress. That is a result of your hard work. That is emergency relief that Americans need right now, and that our flying partners need, not only to come back to work, but also those of us who are on the job. We need to remove the stain of cost cutting so that we can be working to have the best safety procedures on the job. So we need to be pushing, for example, to get United Airlines to back off having the aisle service. That is just not helpful for our safety on the job. But when there are cost pressures, it doesn't lead all the time to good public health decisions. So all of this is rolled up together. And it's Christmas Eve. And we need to, for those of us who celebrate that, some people are take it very seriously, and it's a part of a religious faith, and other people celebrate sort of the spirit and the tradition of Christmas with our families come together and taking care of one another, loving one another, and so we all could use some Christmas prayers and some Christmas spirit, and encouragement for this president to do the right thing and sign the bill. And so that's the update for you. For those of you who wanted to hear it today, we'll be back with you after Christmas. I hope everyone can have a peaceful holiday tomorrow. I know that this is keeping things in limbo, but I am very confident that we are going to have PSP extended. And it's either going to be with this president or with the next one. And we want it to be with this president because that means that people get relief now. We really can't wait for that relief. We need it in place now. But we will get this done one way or another. You have made that possible. You have made that happen. And so keep that hope very much alive because you created that hope for the American people and for each other. And we just need to seal the deal. So please rest, love each other, love your families. Hopefully take a few minutes for yourself. And then we'll be back with you on the 26th to give you an update about where we are. I still have confidence that we can get this done in the coming days. So let's focus on that. Hashtag sign the bill. Thank you.